Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest and welcome back to our blind playthrough of Blueprints. Let's dive into day 16. So day 15 was a revelation. Day 15 was incredible. I've been waiting for day 15 for ages, not specifically day 15, but what happened in day 15 is that we finally got permanent access to the West Path. And so look, my steps go up there. All right, I'm gonna use one of them because now I'm immediately heading out here. Oh, 1 second. All right. Okay, I'm heading out here. Hello, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you again. Yes, I'm still here. Yes, I'm still figuring out the puzzles. Yeah, I haven't solved it all. We're heading out through the open west gate now. I'm really curious to see immediately what happens if we start heading up to where the, to where the garage was. So I'm now thinking a few things because I'm like, yeah, of course, this path out here is probably static, right? Like it's probably not a dynamically changing environment out here. So, I had been sort of wondering, aha, ho ho, touche game, touche. It's right over there. I can't reach it. You won't let us cross. I get it. What I had been wondering is, does the garage always have to be in that position? And I actually haven't gone back and checked, like, if I have had the garage in slightly different positions on my map. In fact, hang on, I can check right now, can't I? Cool. All right, let's go back through and look at my history of garage. I don't need to rely on my drawn maps. I have game maps. Okay, so garage is there at 1, 2, 3, rank 4. I feel like it, I know it's always been in roughly the same position, but I didn't know if it was in exactly the same position. That is the same position, rank 4. Hang on, but we haven't only had garage 2 times. Have I missed one? Let me go back. No garage. I mean, surely I am fairly certain, though then again, I'm not really certain of anything, am I? I feel certain that I've only ever had the garage on the, on the west wing, and it was roughly in the middle, but yeah. Have I really only ever had the garage twice? Wow, I'm shocked. I really thought I'd had the garage more than this. I am shocked. Wow, in 15 days, I only ever had it twice. I think it's just because I went back to the garage a couple of times. Because wow, so that means the very first time I got the garage, no. That must have been where, I had the coat check down there and I got the... I went back and, found the stuff in the trunk and everything. Oh my gosh, I really thought... Maybe, all right, I think what's messing with my memory is the fact that the garage has come up as a draftable room many times. And I've gone, don't need the garage just yet. Whatever, I've chosen something else. But I've actually only drafted it twice. That is mind-blowing. All right. But the main thing, so I wanted to check, if that path, obviously, like what it looked like outside there, really. Can I get another kind of look? Oh, we can. Yeah, okay. Is that it? Is that the garage that I'm sort of looking at there? Maybe. Like it sort of looks like a garage door, doesn't it? So, yeah. Okay, but maybe... I'm not sure, because that could also just be another side. Because I don't think the garage was immediately next to the stream, was it? Look at that, like a big kind of barn door like thing. All of these sort of the weird temporal state in which these things exist. Okay, can I immediately draft a room here? Yes, what is this? These are 3 entire, like, I was already going to be happy if the same 3 rooms I saw yesterday showed up, because they were all new rooms to me and I only created the hovel. But I've got 3 new rooms. I want to cry. I'm so happy. Look at this. It's shelter. I have only heard tales of shelter. Shelter protects you from the negative effects of the next 3 red rooms drafted. Ooh, I was a little bit terrified when I started reading that sentence. I was like, protects me from what? Like, there's a freaking radioactive symbol there. Like, protects me from the nuclear explosion that's going to happen at some point. Protects me from the zombies that are going to, at some point be unleashed on the house. I don't think this is going to happen, but that is legit, like, one of the things I thought might happen. Like, it's that whole thing of, like, changing when we first went to the security room and changing the seeing that there was the capacity to have low or high security, and to have to shut off the security doors, which still I don't understand why you would do that, because at the moment it seems like it's only a negative. But yeah, anyway, I was like, is there a reason? And there might still be. Is there a reason that we want to shut all of the security doors off and keep them closed? All right. So, shrine. How good does shrine look? Make an offering, receive a blessing. I have nothing to offer right now. I've only just started. So maybe it's like come back here with a coin or something. Root cellar. Rooms in your house will be more likely to contain dig spots today. I mean, even more than, again, the room. I'm just interested to see the rooms and to even see, like, what other, like, lore or interesting things might be in the rooms, even more than the actual abilities that the rooms give us. So, all right, anything is going to be amazing. What did I have on shelter? I think it was, shelter has a terminal in it. All right. I really want to do these other 2 rooms, but I'm going to do shelter. Shelter's been on my list for a long time. And we're going down, which is incredibly interesting. We're going down. We've only just been up a tiny little bit. I've only been up like half a room in the whole of... Oh. You have to think this is an important room, right? That looks like a safe, but I'm gonna look around here. Oh, gosh. This music is telling me things. That looks like a... Oh no, that's bolts. Okay, I was gonna say that looks like a keyhole. Something opens here. Cans, which you would expect in a shelter, I guess. Aha. Ooh, that's a really nice picture. Very lovely. And a bird. That is getting my spidey senses tingling. Have we heard something about, like, the flight of an eagle or something? Was it in the music song or something like that? I don't think it was in Elzara's premonition. Was it in... I'm just looking on my phone at the photos I took of the music sheets that we got in the ballroom. Under the stars the dance is held, and to the floor we are compelled. The gowns glide on, the music swells, and at the... No, not that one. 2 remain for one last dance. The spin again around the clock hands, which at the moment, just as an aside, I interpret as something being possible twice because of, the hands of the clock going around 12 hours and then going around again. So I feel like something happens twice a day. Something is possible to do twice a day. I don't know. To rise, to have falling sounds. No. Alright. No, alright, so it's not in the music sheets. Somewhere, maybe in one of the books. I might have to come back to that, but I feel like we've heard somewhere an allusion to... Oh, let's read it anyway. An underground bunker located away from the main house. This fallout shelter was designed specifically for air raids and features thick walls made from lead and other materials intended to block radiation. A computer terminal within has been connected to the house's network system should an emergency necessitate remote access. Should an emergency necessitate remote access? I'm thinking about that with a sip of my lovely Lady Grey tea here. Alright, the bird. It's interesting that there's 3 bunk beds. Maybe because of the 2 boys, our uncle as a child, Simon, his brother, who I think is our grandfather. It didn't occur to me immediately, in part because I've really not ever thought about the idea of a grand uncle. Grand uncle is just not like a family unit concept that I've sort of used before. Okay. Canned water, canned fruit, vitamins. All right. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow... Oh, this is feeling serious. We've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. This is interesting for so many reasons. I'm dying a little bit. So... First off, just at the outset, some kind of serious event, some kind of emergency event. The three of whoever were down here. I mean, and who is not down here? Who is writing this? Who is writing this, and how did they put this note here? Did it get printed out from the terminal? Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan. We've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to other terminals and have sealed the network mainframe. So, I mean, I guess on the face of it, they're hiding 3 people down here, and they want to make sure that there's no sign of, there's no trace of them in the house, I suppose. Oh, excuse me. Regardless of the danger, and they say danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from... This is the other thing that really interests me. I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. Did they get the luck? We don't know. We don't know even when this is from. Okay. But what really interests me about this is that they say, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the 3 of you are down there. Which suggests to me that it is possible while people are in a certain room to remove a room from the draft pool. So the room itself, in a sense, I mean, who knows? It doesn't disappear entirely if you do that. It exists in some way, whether that's physically, whether that's materially, but it exists. You have to think. It's not going to, kill the people inside. So all it does is if you remove it from the draft pool, it removes somebody's ability to create access to the room in some way, which, I don't know, yeah. It does seem to suggest that what it does is it stops this room from being here. right? Because otherwise somebody could just come over to this rock and make their way in, I guess. Oh, all right. Well, I'm pretty sure it was in the last episode that I was just saying how much I am so sure there are probably going to be multiple things in the house that are time-based, that have to happen at certain times. And I was just saying before, like, I think that's what the line in that 7th music sheet relates to, that something happens twice around the clock. And also just the fact that there are clocks everywhere. There are loads and loads of clocks. And maybe even that's what the arrows on the clock in the den are suggesting, that there's a 10-minute time gap in which something can happen. But either way, here we go. This is, effectively, I think, proof that this safe, at least one of the conditions for the safe is that it opens at a certain time. But are there other conditions on that, I wonder? I mean, we could just wait here, right? We could just wait here. So, all right. First off, I've got to put shelter now in my little time safe. In my safe list, my list of safes. My list of safes. Shelter. So interesting. Incredible. All right, let's check out what we can do with this terminal, if anything. Welcome to Mount Holly Bomb Shelter. Oh, look at the logo. Oh, I've just realized that I haven't taken notice of the logo, whether it changes on the other terminals or not. Huh. Time lock safe. The shelter's time lock safe can be accessed by setting an unlock date and time. You can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, the time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours. I mean, obviously I want to set it for 1 hour in the future from now. I have to say, like, surely, I'm hoping that it will let us set another unlock date after that, because we may need this again, right? It just seems like if this is the characteristic it has. Hang on, let's look at some other stuff first. Oh no, why is there a radiation monitor? A measurement of the radiation levels detected in the house and surrounding grounds. These readings are often spiked by the experiments conducted in Mount Holly's laboratory. What are they doing there? If the reading is 12, I think that's sieverts or some variation of sieverts, right? Like ultra sieverts or something. If the reading is 12, I think it's sieverts. Let's go with sieverts. If the reading is 12 sieverts or higher, emergency protocol will initiate and all doors in the house will automatically unlock. All doors in the house? So if there is a way for us to increase the radiation from, you have to assume, from the laboratory, is that what that machine does? Then we can unlock all of the doors in the house. But also we'll be creating radiation. So... Alright, thinking about that prospect, that very unexpected prospect. Oh. I mean, it's a very, very low, but nevertheless, we have to assume we can increase the radiation in the house. Probably from the lab. Ha. Very, very low. Interesting. Log into the network. Swanbird, it's your time to shine. Not swan song. Swimbird. Swan song. Gosh, I hope it's not Swimbird's swan song. Unless Swimbird referred, unless Mary, our mother, was writing about herself when she wrote that. And maybe, Swimbird's whole thing was that they thought very differently. What am I doing? Swan song. I can't talk about these two things at the same time. Swim song. Swan song. Let me just do this before I confuse my brain with thinking about a second thing at the same time. Hey. Yeah, maybe Swimbird is the story of Mary in that she thought and felt very differently to the people in her immediate, surroundings, i.e. her family. She thought more, revolutionary thoughts, and she wanted to be daring, and she felt daring, but she was basically suppressed. And then broke out of her suppression. Interesting. That does not seem unlikely. That doesn't seem like an unlikely theory. Okay, staff services, announcements. This is... it doesn't hurt to just do a little check, just to make sure that it is the same. Yep, thank you everybody. Request schedule change. Yep. Special orders, why not? I never know when I'm going to get the... So what... I still haven't had the running shoes. I feel like maybe I should do that. I do find myself wanting the shovel a lot, just because, getting items from dirt mounds is great. I do feel like the sleeping mask is actually really useful because, again, we're avoiding the step issue. Sledgehammer is very, very, very useful some of the time. I mean, that goes for everything. Everything is very, very useful some of the time. And even brass compass, if going north is our main thing. But often going north is our thing because going north isn't necessarily trying to reach the antechamber. Going north is also just a way of being able to create more drafting possibilities. So that's what's tricky about it. I'm going to do running shoes because I haven't had them yet. So let's do it again. Let's just do it until we get to try running shoes. At the moment, my thought is that running shoes is going to, in theory, allow us to go faster and will reduce the number of steps we lose. So we probably only lose 1 step per 2 rooms or something like that, which would be incredible. All right, electronic mail. Is this all? No. Yep, only for the office. Got it? Data transfers. I did wonder if maybe this was the place that this might occur, but no. I wonder if we'll ever be able to make that work. I know that we've probably got many more terms here now. Oh, that's right. This is where we learned about dirigiblocks. I don't know if there's anything specifically I'm going to need to read per se. And I also can't necessarily remember what I've read and what I haven't read. A charming path that winds through the wooded area that runs alongside the west wing of the house. This path can be accessed from both the garage and the west wing, which is usually kept latched and locked. I might have even read that already. Tomorrow. It's just a really... Rooms that provide... Oh, right. Benefits to tomorrow. Got it. Hang on. What were those rooms again? Coat check, mail room, sauna. Yeah. We've had all of those. Mechanical. What's mechanical? Mechanical rooms. Yeah. Lab, boiler. I really want... Boiler room is one I'm really waiting... I'm really waiting now for the chance to get boiler room, because boiler room will be, I think, important for a lot of things. Definitely the lab, but also some other rooms as well. Outer room. Rooms draftable only from a door located outside of the house on the grounds of Mount Holly. West path access is required before these rooms are accessible. Oh. It's interesting that it says west path access is required. So does that mean that the outer rooms are only these ones on the west path? But what about all of the things that we've seen on the east? There's at least 2 doors there that are shut. And also, there's that kind of tunnel thing near, like lower down, that has all of the boxes in it. So what's going on there? What's going on there? There are several ways to increase the amount of stars. This is what I was wondering. There are several ways to increase the amount of stars visible in the night sky. The easiest method, of course, is drafting observatories. Okay, so just drafting an observatory creates additional stars. I get it. Each additional star creates new formations of constellations, which in turn provide beneficial effects. But it does say there are several ways to increase the number of stars. So maybe me putting coins in the fountain is also a way of increasing the stars. And maybe if I put money in the fountain and make an observatory, I'm effectively creating 2 more stars. Maybe. Let's look at keycard door. Electric powered doors of reinforced steel that can only be accessed via keycard are considered security locked. These doors appear with more frequency the higher up in the rank you are in the house. Yeah. History? As an architect, you may wish to view the previous layouts. Got it. Exhaust. Oh, exhausted from steps. Okay, got it. All right, I think that's fine. I don't think there's anything that jumped out at me there. Okay. But now let's go back to this time lock safe. So why not? So that's... Why does it give me so many months? Surely I cannot play that long. Surely I cannot play. Okay, now wow, that's really interesting. Here is where I suddenly feel much better about my tracking of the days and the dates and everything like that, like the recent days and the dates. So I'm not 100% sure though. I'm just going to hope that my maths might be correct here. Let's go back just for a second, because I also am not sure what the time is. You know, time moves really quickly here. I'm not sure how much time I've spent down here. All right, so if today is day 16, and I'm pretty sure day 1 was November 7. Let me get myself in front of a clock and do a little maths. Thankfully we have the clock out here. I guess I'm losing, yeah. I haven't been taking huge notice of that, like where I've been losing steps in the grounds. So it's even the different sections in the grounds. It's all right, this is all worth it. Okay, all right. I'm glad I checked because it's much later than I thought. Okay, so I'm literally going to look on my own calendar here. If day 1, which I'm pretty sure was November 7. It was Saturday, November 7 was our day 1. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So today I think is the 22nd. I think today is the 22nd, and maybe if we get back there quick enough, we can do the 22nd at 1 p.m. November 22nd at 1 p.m. Go! Put on your running shoes, go! We feel so slow now. We feel really slow, but at the same time, I think we got time. November 22nd. November 22nd. And if this doesn't work, it's okay. We tried, and I guess we can draft the room again any day, because we can maybe not any day, but like at least we get a pretty good chance of drafting this because we can come straight here. Okay, time lock safe. Set unlock date. November 22, 1 p.m. Confirm. Okay. Okay, done. All right. The thing is it going to... Is there going to be a beep? Is it going to open? I do have to wait. I mean, an hour is... not nothing. Maybe I should go and draft a couple of rooms, because it does say it'll be open for 4 hours after that date, right? Yeah, maybe let's go and do that, because waiting, game time goes quick. An hour is not, all that long, but at the same time, it's, it's not nothing. And, this is not the only thing that I want to do here today. But wow. Already, oh my God, Westpath has been such a gift. Westpath is such a gift. So this is absolutely game changing. The fact that we can, we don't even have to start in the entrance hall anymore. We can start out here. We can do rooms from the entrance hall, and we can go and do rooms out there, or well, a room at least. Maybe just a room. All right, let's go this side. You know what? I hardly ever go straight north. Let's just do it. Let's just do it for funsies. Not wonderful, but, I guess if we prioritize... Yeah, why not? Let's just do the closet. Let's get a couple of items under our belt. Why not? Hey, fabulous. Also fabulous. I love it. Thank you. Let's go this side then. God, I already want to check on the time. Do I have a clock in here? If I make the den, I'll have a clock. And actually, den might be a good idea, because we'll also get a gem. Yeah, all right. So we're at quarter past. Suspicious. It could also mean the hour, couldn't it? It might not mean 10 minutes. It might mean, maybe it refers to between 11 and 1 p.m. God knows. All right. Ongoing mysteries. Okay, so that's good. We've got a nice little way here to check on the time. Excuse me, to check on... Oh, hey, outer room. It appears here now. And we've got, of course... I'm getting too excited. I can't speak. We've got Westgate Path here. Has been permanently unlocked. Allows access to the outer room each day. Beautiful. So I think we've got 2 of the 4 permanent additions. And I guess there are 2 more doors in the grounds. So that might be the other... They might be the other things. Okay. Office. Oh no, I can't do office. Damn, I got really excited there, because I do have an idea of what the safe combination might be. So either way, we'll do parlor. And we will get our gems. And I'm going to take another look. Aha. It's back, and I feel so sure that is the Mount Holly mark. So I actually, before this episode, last night, when I can't play this game, but it at least makes me feel happy that I can look at my notes and, think about the game. I do that a lot. I did go back and have a look at the episode where I could see this thing and the episode where I couldn't see this thing. At least in recent hours. I haven't gone back and, checked all of the other episodes where I might have... this might have been visible. But the 2 episodes where I've really looked at this, and I took screenshots of them and compared, and it's just so obvious that yes, this thing is here, and then later, this thing is not here. And I've noted that the days and the rough time of day that I think I was looking at it, just in case that plays a role, which is why I wanted to go and have a look at it now. Okay. This box is the middle box. No, you ain't, unless you mean middle in some other way. The gems are in the middle box. Could be. This box is the middle box. Oh, okay. So lie, true. The gems are in the middle box. The gems are here. Beautiful. Thank you. Well, we were just talking about the observatory. That said, I think I'm just going to do corridor, actually. Just move us along a little bit. I didn't really want to spend my gems immediately. In part because one of the other things I'm really keen is to do one of these other rooms that has a 3 gem requirement, like the vault. I would love... Absolutely the veranda. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. I just want to see the veranda, honestly. That's done. Done. Veranda, please. We've never had veranda. Oh, okay. So we've got a trunk. We've got some soil. And, just out of interest, I will check, are we... Oops, sorry. That was my notebook against the microphone. Let me check my little soil map. So we are 3rd rank. That's good soil. Okay, we've had good several times. Lovely. Beautiful, calm, relaxing. I would love to sit here. Nice. So I wonder if the veranda is really an east wing exclusive. I'm not sure. I can't remember when I've seen it come up before. Brilliant. This relaxing breezeway serves as an ideal spot for rocking chairs and lemonade. It would be nice if you gave me some lemonade. Let's do... I think we're okay for time. I think we're probably okay for time. And if I draft something else with a clock, that'll help. Okay, drawing room. I have a couple of... I don't have great ideas about what I can try in the drawing room. But I did go back and double check my first attempt at that safe, and I do think I made a mistake with a couple of the things I was trying. As in, with a couple of the combinations, I didn't press clear beforehand. So I wanted to retry those. But that said, I don't have a lot of confidence that that's going to work. It's just something that I want to try when I get the opportunity. And I'm hesitant to lose my gem for just that. I think I might actually do I'm going to do the nook just to get a couple of keys. And we've got a trunk right here that we can open with them as well. So we'll do that when we're heading back. Great. Nothing else that I'm missing? Awesome. What are you? Still plaguing me? Mail room. I would really like to get another package, but this is a really bad spot for a mail room. It would really limit my movement possibilities. Then again, kitchen would take a gem. But I am very curious to get morning room, and I need to try and get bacon and eggs for morning room. Let's go spare room. Let's try again, essentially. Looking for items. Okay. Well, it does seem like security. Security might just be a good bet at this stage. All right, done. Okay, we've got a security room now. We got a coin, which is very nice. There is me. So, at the very least, I suppose what I can do here is... Yeah, I've got the trunk. I can... set the security level to low, right? And I mean, if I were to get... No. Yeah. So that'll mean there's less chance of getting security doors. But then again, if I get a security pass, then I should probably set it to high. Cool. Back is fine. Are there any clocks in here? Yes, there are. Okay, all right. It's time to go back then. We'll just do a last little check here. Cool. I'll be back. Obviously, we're going to use some steps going back, but that's okay. It's worth it to get a look in this trunk. Not in the trunk, in the safe. Let's open this trunk, is what I was thinking. Oh, are you kidding me? An electronic key card. That's incredibly good. So maybe when I go back there, I'll set it to high because if we get security doors rather than other kinds of locked doors, we're sweet, right? Like, that's a really great position. Brilliant. Wow, I can't believe the very first time I actually set the security to low, I immediately received a key card. Okay, either way, we're in a good position. I mean, whether it's low or high, we're great with a key card. I think it's only my second time to get a key card. I'm not sure. Maybe that's the sort of thing that the library tracks. If I were to check into that. Oh, I really hope this works. It's possible it won't work. It's possible I've got the date wrong or something else about this. Exciting. We've done it. Oh my gosh. Another gem. Oh, okay. All right. Brilliant. So, we've got 7. It's interesting that it's written with Roman numerals because the other one I think was written not with Roman numerals. Okay. So I've found many safes, but this is only my second safe to open. That is really fascinating. Dear Uncle. Uncle, huh? The disappearance of my cousin, Mary. I just want to see already. Oh, it's from someone we don't know. The disappearance of my cousin Mary, I'm going to have to add this to my little family tree diagram, has long sat unfavorably with me and my father, and I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicions that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. Oh, everyone is... Maybe this is what all of the red letters are. Maybe all of the red letters are these smackdowns at our granduncle. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you had some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. 4 years ago. Okay, that's interesting because I can add this roughly to my timeline as well. So Mary disappeared in 87... 1, 2, 3, 4. So this must be about 91. Courtney letter. Cool. Cousin Courtney. The circulating rumors of those months did nothing but further reinforce my convictions in this fact. Interesting. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy, and I am aware of the cost my aggressively aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I reached may have been flawed. So that is interesting because with our father Daniel, his red letter, I have the impression that was written in the year that Mary disappeared, and he was angry at our uncle for not doing more in that situation, at least. I'm probably due a reread of that letter actually, but my impression was then we didn't go back to the house for 7 years, but then he, from other letters, from the letter that we sort of got from him in the mailroom, they seem to have mended their relationship. So, let's go on. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless, fruitless inquiries over the years. A mutual acquaintance. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. Whoa. Huh. I was just thinking to myself, so this is Mary, our mother's cousin. So what does that make her to us? Not aunt. All right, I'm just putting Courtney on the Courtney on the family tree. Okay. All right, so let me read this again. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. That is absolutely so interesting because of all of the history of Veranda that we've read. So that would have been smuggling her into the very, very interesting Iraja, I think. So beyond Fen Aries, into the land of Iraja, which was the southern region, and where after the war of the Fifth Era, many of the royals, or at least some of the, surviving royals, fled. They were exiled to the south, to the southern region of Iraja. Okay. So I have many thoughts and wonderings about these people from the south. Okay, so our mother seems to have done that as well. And I believe this may have occurred in September. Oh, wow. This letter. There's so much in this letter. Dates, names, histories, explicit, events. I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing. Aha. Maybe. So, oh my gosh. So, especially given that we're finding this letter in the shelter, right? Like maybe Mary was sheltered here. Maybe Mary and two others that could be Caleb Manning and Philip White, the children of the Blackwater. Yes. I can even see Blackwater insurgents just ahead. I'm just thinking before I read ahead. Yeah, so maybe the three that were hidden in the shelter, because the Red Guard was a common, was Mary, Caleb, and Philip, who were the children of the Blackwater and had maybe done the Trinsdale bombing, maybe some other insurgencies. And then they had been kept here with their tins of beans and fruit and water and stuff for 7 months until September, where in my timeline I have that the ruby crown was stolen. All right, hang on. And then, so maybe our uncle, yep, okay. A full 7 months after she was reported missing. A date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February. It's exactly what I just said. But instead with the notable theft of the ruby crown. Exactly. I already have it on my little calendar here. Thank you, game. It's clicking. It's clicking. It's all clicking together. If the Blackwater insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist, as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible. And the fact that two of the crown's 8 rubies, and there are 8 ruby letters. Huh. Oh, hang on. I've been picking up. That was a red gem that I picked up. But I've just been using them to make rooms and stuff. I'm not keeping them. Am I? I'm not keeping them. Okay, hang on. I believe this scenario entirely plausible, and the fact that 2 of the crown's 8 rubies have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive. Alive, safe, and finally free. Yes, that's what I hoped as well. Surely she's not dead. Surely she was just missing because, this game's full of magical things. It's full of magical, interdimensional room making and things. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation. Desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. Kind of same. That's my vibes, Courtney. In that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across our sky are pulled back, and the windows and shutters of discontent flung wide open. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Wow! Huh. Whoa, that was amazing. That was amazing. Thank you, Courtney. So maybe our mother slept here. Maybe Philip and Caleb slept here. Incredible. Incredible. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we've agreed with your plan and have disabled remote access to the other terminals and sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I am still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool. All three of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. I guess they got it. I guess it worked, right? What's this deal with the red rubies? Because I've been picking up these gems. That's just one of my gems now. I don't have, special red rubies or anything. I mean, maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe, maybe it's not actually one of the red rubies. Maybe they are just gems, right? Thinking about that, though, is making me even more suspicious about that gem holder that we can see on its side in the apple orchard groundskeeper hut. But then again, maybe it's just a regular gem holder type thing. So she said two of the red rubies have surfaced. We have 2 of the 8. So there's 8 red letters, 8 people who are probably have words to say to our uncle. One of them has been stolen, but nevertheless there's 8 safes for me to crack. One of the safes, I presume, will just not have a letter in it. Hum. And probably our mother is fine. And I can now put HSS smuggled Mary in September of 87 next to where the ruby crown was stolen. So excellent. So excellent. My God, the shelter, the West Path. The West Path gives and gives and gives. Okay, I think we might, and so is this symbolizing maybe Mary's freedom beyond the red border? Is this the black water? All right, I think we've extracted what we need from shelter for the time being. Incredible. I'm so glad that worked. Oh man, I'm so glad I was taking note of the dates. I knew it was going to be important, and it might still be important for other reasons, but it has really worked out for me this time. I'm so pleased. Okay, back to the regular house. So we've got 2 blue flames down there. We've got these other things I don't know what to do with. Those other doors over there. Let's just head back in and see what we can make of this day. And since we're here, I am thinking let's start down here as well. We might even meet up with the other side. That's right, boudoir. We get redraws with the boudoir now. Let's do it. And I'll get something out of the safe in here as well, at the very least. Yes. My two dice. Okay. And now we break. Oh, I thought that was open. I was like, why is this window open? No, okay, it's not. All right, so this one is 12, 25. Merry Christmas to me. And that again, that is a red gem. But it just becomes my gem. Yeah, see, that's a 4. Herbert, I was distraught to learn that you've chosen to omit the details of our dear Marion's disappearance from the public record. It's no surprise to me that the royal court would want this embarrassment kept as quiet as possible, but I am shocked that you have so little regard for your niece that you would play the king's scullion and stoop to kissing the foot that treads upon her memory. She gave up her family, her fortune, and her life. I guess he means, you know, the life that she had. And all that you can do is think of your name. Having never had a family name nor fortune of my own, I cannot personally condemn you for faltering in your commitment to make the same sacrifices she did. But for the love of God, do not by that same display of weakness clutch your petty assets so tightly that you undermine the cause that she forfeited everything to further. Our countrymen must be made aware of the price she paid, and must be made to see the colour of the flag she flew as she rode into the darkness of 100 nights. The darkness of 100 nights is still... To deny her story is to deny her life. If through your silence you bless this betrayal, our son Simon, your heir, will inherit a fortune of lies and spit upon your grave. We won't be coming to Christmas for this year, but don't worry, in 7 years somehow I think we'll be friends again. We still have something to do here. I do feel like this might be the gramophone that we saw the will, the voice of our uncle when he was reading his will was being played on in the opening scene when I went back to look at that. But nevertheless, I still feel like we're going to get a chance to use it, right? Well, either of these two I think would be the best thing. We've got quite a lot of redraw possibilities, but shall we use the gem for the drawing? Why not? Why not? I think there's not a huge chance of opening this safe with what I'm going to try, but one of the other reasons I don't have... So I feel like I've come part of the way with this gate thing. I feel confident in it. I feel like the realization that the small gates, counting small gates thing is a part of this. But I still feel like what the message says, what the message says is 8 dates crack 8 safes. So I still feel like a date in some way has to be involved, which, it gives me a little step there I just noticed. Which is one of the reasons why I'm really keen to try my potential code for the office, which at the moment I think might be 0303, because of the March of the Count reference. I feel like that might be saying March, the month March, 03, and then there are 3 small gates, small busts of Isaac Gates in the room. So that's, I feel like if I try that and it works, it'll tell me that there's something to that it's a kind of a combination of small gates and dates that might work. Okay, so if we still go with the number of small gates that are on each wall, then the 2 that I noticed I didn't properly try were, I just don't think it's going to work, but 4, 8, 0, 7. No. Okay, and the other one was, I actually did this one in the wrong order when I tried it. 8, 0, 7, 4. And I guess the other thing I didn't try is doing them in the opposite order because it doesn't feel, yeah, but why not try while we're here? 8, 4, 7, 0. No. Okay, if we then do 4, 7, 0, 8. No, okay. But we could try 7, 0, 8, 4. No. Or 0, 8, 4, 7. No. Okay. Let me just try the basics again. Hang on. Clear. 7, 4, 8, 0. Zero, 0, 7, 4, 8. Yeah. I don't think that this is it. 7, oops. 4, 8, 0, 7, nope. Let's try it again. 4, 8, 0, 7, or 8074. 8074. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. I think that given that this doesn't work, it's probably more likely that it's the total of all of them. It's probably 19. That is the thing. But I reckon all of the safes are going to be a combination of 4 letters probably, right? But then again, the one we just tried didn't have a combination on it at all, so I don't know. Oh, but I have just clicked, though, that we did use a date to crack that safe. We just used the date in a different way. So that's interesting. It wasn't a date in a combination. It was setting the date in the terminal. What if I, no, this one does need a number. And number 19 or any of those combinations doesn't work. All right. Okay. I still don't know. But we're getting there. I might just need to think. Help me. What's the date? I don't know. All right. Let's move on. So we don't have anything in coat check now. Well, let's put West Wing Hall here and then see if we can... Hello, plans. And then see what we can put down here. I mean, this would be a perfect place for the utility closet. Let's do it. All right, something else I did before recording this episode last night is I sat down with my pen and paper and I tried so hard with the knowledge that I have to work out a strategy for these indicator lights. And I actually thought that I had it at one point. I felt really chuffed with myself, but then I realized I made a slight mistake in it and it didn't quite work. And basically I run into the exact same problems that I had in the episode where I was really trying this. The main problem I have is that I can get all purple. I can get a white after the 6 purples. But what I need to get to after that is off blue, green, white, red, purple. And essentially the problem I have with getting that is the fact that purples all turn into, as far as I can tell, purples all turn into blue when you next click them. And if you click a blue, it will create, there doesn't seem to be any way to avoid a blue creating blues on either side of it once you click it away. So I can't find a way to stop the blues from basically turning that white off, like turning the white blue. That's where I get stuck. I've got a whole page of like instructions here for myself where I thought I had it and realized I didn't. So I might come back to this, but not really. We might as well turn that off, right? Because that's the helpful thing with the gymnasium. Yeah. But it may be that I have all of the knowledge I need to get that, but I can't see it myself. So I don't know. Maybe there's one more thing I need to learn about how to avoid that problem with the blues. Or maybe I just have to figure it out. I'm not sure. I'd like to not lose my gems if I could. We'll lose the coin if we do the chapel, but that's okay. Maybe we could just put the storeroom here. Just get some items. We have other options for moving forward. We have one right next door, so maybe let's just try that. Hey, Swimmbird. Yeah, all right, let's head back to the drawing room and just try our luck there. Okay, we can get another oh my god, I could have 5 dice. I could have 5 dice. This is mad. This is mad. Mad good. Mad in a good way. But yeah, no, that is, it's a bit of a problem for my ability to go any further north on the west side, except going all the way back to security. So let's, thankfully all of these, I mean, again, I could redraw, but we are in the drawing room, actually. We get a free redraw here. Let's redraw. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, great. Brilliant. Still, none of these go north. Oh, hello, Pixel. My little fluffy kitty Pixel doing big mouths in the background. Let's do the library. The library will give us another chance for another book. And, oh, that's right. We already ordered. It's going to give us another book. Oh my God. We get the Reddington. We get the Reddington book, the Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. Amazing. Okay. Well, that, hey, Pixel. As you can hear, I'm being called away. So I'm going to have to leave this episode on another cliffhanger, but hasn't this been a chock full episode already? I think you will agree. I hope you've had as much fun as I have with this one. And when we come back in the next episode, we are going to go into this Sightseer's Guide to Reddington. I'm very, very excited because I think this is going to be as rich as that Orindia history book. Thank you so much as always, guys. It's been so wonderful to hear so many of the positive comments on this series. It's really, really given me a big boost, and I absolutely love hearing that you guys are enjoying this journey with me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. And I'll really looking forward to the next episode with you. Bye bye.